By the end of this video, you will learn how to identify and fix 5 of the most common habits that quietly sabotage your pickleball game. These aren't just beginner mistakes. Players at every level fall into these traps without realizing how much they're holding themselves back. The good news is that once you spot them and know how to correct them, you can see improvement almost instantly. So let's dive into what they are, how they mess with your game, and the practical ways to break free of them. One of the first things you'll want to work on is the habit of flinching at the kitchen line. It's super common, and honestly, completely understandable. The court is small, the distance between you and your opponent is tight, and when someone winds up for a fastball, your instinct might be to duck, step back, or completely dodge it. But the key to playing strong at the kitchen is learning to stay put and hold your ground. Flinching gives away your position and takes you out of the rally. The fix? Start retraining your instincts with a simple drill. Have a partner pretend to swing hard, but don't actually hit the ball. Your job is to stand firm and stay ready, not to react with fear, but with discipline. Eventually, you build up to light speed-ups from mid-court, then full-speed attacks during a dink rally, where your partner can choose to strike at any moment. Instead of focusing on the incoming ball, train your eyes to follow their paddle. Watch the path of their swing. This helps shift your mindset from protect myself to read and respond. Over time, your body stops flinching and starts reacting. That's when you know you're leveling up. Next, let's talk about a bad habit that shows up when players feel out of position. The panic drive. Picture this. You're working your way toward the kitchen after a drop shot, but suddenly you're pulled wide or short and you feel rushed. The natural reaction? Swing hard and hope for the best. But here's the problem. If you're off balance and your opponent is already set up at the net, your rush drive is just giving them a perfect chance to counterattack. It's a knee-jerk move that usually ends badly. What you really want to do in these moments is slow the game down. Instead of driving the ball wildly, drop it softly into the kitchen. If your feet aren't steady and you're running into the shot, it's not the time to be aggressive. Let your body settle and wait for a better opportunity. Also, if you're chasing a ball that's pulled you forward, your momentum is already adding force to the shot. Combine that with a rushed swing, and suddenly you've sent the ball too high or straight into the net. Less is more here. The smarter play is soft, controlled placement. Let your positioning do the work, not raw power. We've all been there. You or your partner float one a little too high, and now you're standing near the baseline with your opponent about to crush an overhead smash. It's tempting to think the point's already over. Some players even freeze or give up. But good news, it doesn't have to be a lost cause. With better positioning and smart footwork, you can actually defend from the baseline and stay alive in the rally. Instead of standing centered on the baseline, you want to bias out wide. Why? Because smart opponents aim for the sidelines with their overheads, not the middle. Giving yourself that wider starting position gives you the ability to shuffle outward and get a paddle on those hard angles. Your partner should be doing the same, and together you shift your coverage instead of leaving big gaps. Once the shot comes your way, resist the urge to do something heroic. Just lob it back. Let your opponent prove they can put the ball away 3, 4, even 5 times in a row. You'd be surprised how often they miss or give you a chance to counter. Lobbing with control, especially off a fast incoming shot, is a perfectly respectable and often frustrating defensive tactic that can turn the tables in your favor. Another belief that holds people back is the idea that you can only improve your game on a pickleball court. Not true at all. One of the best ways to sharpen your reflexes and touch is right at home. Just you, your paddle, and a wall. Wall drills are game changers. A simple volley drill, where you bounce the ball off a wall repeatedly, can massively improve your hand speed and reaction time. Start at a comfortable distance and gradually move closer as you get more confident. This kind of repetition builds muscle memory faster than you'd think. It's also fantastic for building rhythm and paddle control, things that directly translate to better hands during fast exchanges in games. Then, there's dink practice. You don't need a court to work on dinks either. Alternate forehand and backhand pushes against the wall, aiming for a target at net height. Keep your paddle motion compact and always return to your ready position. Because the ball comes back faster off the wall, it actually forces you to prepare more quickly than you would in a live rally. That pressure is perfect training for kitchen battles. If you want to take it even further, create dink patterns, cross court, down the line, then middle, and switch between them to mimic real game scenarios. Lastly, let's talk about something sneaky: spin blindness. It's one thing to know what spin is. Topspin, backspin. It's another thing entirely to recognize what's coming at you in real time and know how to respond before the ball even bounces. The issue most players have isn't understanding spin in theory, it's reacting to it too late. The fix is learning to read spin early by watching how your opponent strikes the ball. Here's the trick. Start focusing on their paddle path. If it's moving low to high, they're generating topspin. That means the ball will drop faster and bounce forward quickly. If their paddle moves high to low, it's backspin, which will make the ball skid and stay low. You can also use what you hear and see. Fast spinning balls often make a whirring sound, and the more blurred the ball looks as it comes towards you, the more rotation it has. If the holes on the ball seem to disappear, you're likely looking at heavy spin. And don't forget, your own shot affects their next one. If you hit them a top spin and they return it with a slice, that return will carry more backspin than normal. That's how spin stacks up and makes the ball behave in unpredictable ways, unless you're anticipating it. When you can read the paddle path, spin speed, and even the sound of the shot, you gain a huge advantage. You can prep your paddle angle early, get your body behind the ball, and neutralize spin before it causes errors. So there you have it, 5 habits that might be holding you back, and exactly how to fix them. Whether it's flinching at the kitchen, panic driving from bad positions, giving up on baseline defense, underestimating wall practice, or not reading spin, each one chips away at your potential. But with just a little awareness and consistent effort, you can turn these weak spots into strengths and start winning more points, more rallies, and more games. Thanks for hanging out and learning with us. If you found this helpful, stick around for the next video that'll help take your game even further. Let's keep raising our level together, on and off the court.